What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric, and today we are going to be revisiting a guitar that has been on the channel and has sparked a lot of conversations online. I'm talking about the Jackson Christian Andreau Pro Plus model. Now, this is the second version of this guitar that's now being on the channel in probably less than a month, which is not really a good thing. If you haven't seen that initial video, make sure you go check it out. And to get you up to speed on that guitar, that one had a good amount of quality control issues. For $2,500, what this guitar retails at, it seems like that is very unacceptable, but unfortunately it seems like this is kind of par for the course for a lot of these Jackson guitars. And then I said, you should probably contact the music store because this is a ton of money and this guitar has a lot of issues. And I don't know how it kind of just got past quality control from Jackson, shipped to the warehouse, and then to the music store and all that. It just seems kind of disheartening. You save up all your money and then you kind of get a lemon, if you will. So he took it back and he took the advice from all of you who commented and from my post on like a Jackson Facebook group, and he took it back and then they ended up sending him another model. So let's throw this thing on the bench and let's see if a second version of this guitar is going to do better than the first one. Okay, before we put it on the bench, I actually just want to see a couple things really quick here. The last guitar that showed up was actually tuned to E standard with that 10 to 56 gauge set of strings that comes stock on this guitar from factory. Pretty heavy and might be hard to hear, but I think this one's in D standard. Okay, so that's a tuning that Gojira actually uses. I'm just strumming like an E. Hold on, something sounds fishy, so let's check the tuning. That's a little disappointing that that wasn't figured out from the factory or at least from the music store where they got this from. It seems like this was literally sent right to my buddy and no quality control, or from the music store who was the middle person in organizing the whole transaction and the sale. I've had guitars shipped from Japan fully in tune, not sharp or flat. Am I making a big deal out of the tuning? Maybe, but for the price that this is at, like $2,500 US and $3,500 Canadian. Let me know what you think. Now let's actually put it on the bench and look at it. All right, there's our headstock. Let's go down the fingerboard. The ebony looks pretty good on this so far. Let's see what happens at the truss rod wheel. That's what a proper truss rod access point should look like, not cut with a butter knife. I don't know what's on that truss rod wheel. It looks pretty corroded, rusty. It's seen better days, and this is, again, brand new guitar. Let's look at the fretboard binding. That was another point of contention. Looks pretty okay, hard to say. I'm gonna take a couple close-up pictures with my phone, and then I will let you know if I see anything bad. We're gonna look at the side dots on the guitar because the last guitar had side dots that were basically all over the place. Little bit of paint residue right by the 19th fret right there. It looks like it's coming up into the binding. It looks like all of the side dots are pretty level with each other. Not like the last one. So that's a nice step in the right direction. There is a tiny bit of tooling markings on the top of the binding on this guitar. It's not as bad as the last one, but still, for $2,500, I've seen better on a lot of other guitars made in different countries of origin and guitars that are way less money than this. So that's just too bad. There is some extra tooling marks right in around here that I've shown in the last guitar where it looks like the finish or the glossing kind of dips. I'm going to take some other pictures so then you could see that on there. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm seeing so far. The fretboard doesn't have any holes in it, which is something I can't believe I'm saying because the last one had that. All right, now if you look at the B string right here, this is where you adjust the action, and the A string. Now the insides are kind of reflecting. It kind of looks like there's a little bit of brass showing. Now, I don't know if that's just wear or if it's like rust or something, but the other saddles don't have that, and I hope it's not wear or rust. A little concerning. Hopefully nothing's been stripped or been adjusted with way too much tension on it, which has caused something to prematurely wear. This guitar has an active pickup and didn't ship with any battery in it. And again, I've had guitars shipped from all over the world and they've all shipped with batteries. It's a small thing, but imagine spending $2,500 American and then plugging your guitar in that needs a battery and it doesn't have a battery and you're wondering why it sounds like garbage. No rust or anything or corrosion on the metal for the Evertune. Okay, I think we're okay. All right, here we are, and the guitar is set up, but now we just have to install the battery and make sure it works. It's all tuned up. I just used my headstock clip-on tuner, but we're gonna dial it in, intonate it a little bit more. Let's toss the battery in. All right, just so we can hear that it's on. Moment of truth. Brand new guitar, active pickup, brand new battery, and nothing works. The battery is installed the correct way as well, and just to rule it out, let's get another guitar. I don't know, man. 2 guitars in, and one of them just doesn't even work, and that's literally unacceptable. Let's take a look and see if we can find the issue. Look at that. A wire that is not even soldered to anything. And this is a white wire coming from probably the pickup. I've already taken the output jack off the guitar, and that is just this big gray wire right here. So you got your hot, your ground, and your battery connection going there. And this is probably from the pickup. I'm moving stuff around, and this connection literally just came off of the terminal on the pot here. Yeah, and this is what $2,500 gets you from Jackson Guitars. One guitar that has a bunch of terrible QC but is playable and makes noise, and one that just doesn't even make noise from factory. Pathetic.
Okay, so if I push it in all the way, literally all the way, but if I pull it out just a little bit, push it in all the way, I just, sucks.
Would I still recommend the Christian Andreau Pro Plus guitar? I don't think I would. I would rather just go for an Edwards Alexi or like an LTD, like Arrow or something like that if you want to do this. Or I would try to find like a used guitar that you can actually go see in person and then actually see what that guitar was all about and see the actual issues that are there, if there are any. And as I've said in my last video, like it's just so unfortunate that you have to just kind of roll the dice on a guitar that retails for $2,500 USD from a household name manufacturer, and you know, you're still just gonna get some issues. For $2,500, there should be no issues on your guitar. That'll do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you send this guitar back again and try to get a third version of the same guitar? Or at this point, would you just go to a whole different guitar brand that is maybe a little bit more reliable and maybe a little bit more affordable? If you like these videos, let me know down below and maybe I'll do more of them, because I see a ton of guitars, I work on a ton of guitars, and I want to give you my honest thoughts and opinions, because guitars are expensive now, and especially if you have to buy a guitar sight unseen and you're running into quality control issues like I've seen on the same guitar twice, I want to let you know that, because that will give you an informed decision to tell you where you should be spending your money or what you should not be spending your money on. If you like other kinds of videos like Guitar Hero deep dives, guitar repairs, and all things guitar related, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you are a returning viewer, make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss a single video that I upload. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you next time.